Lucas in South Dakota. You're talking to Eric and Christy. How are you doing?
Hey. Hi. I'm going to say it normal now since I said howdy before. And you were like, no. That's totally cool. It's totally cool, man. I get it.
Appreciate it. So, what's up, man?
Well, hey, okay. This actually is not an uncommon reaction to what I called you for. I've had friends tell me that, well, what you're saying is insane. Okay, I get it, but it's not my words, And so let me get into this real quick. Mm-hmm. What I'm calling about is the basic idea, and we all in South Dakota, we have to accept the fact that there are extremely religious people here.
Oh yeah,
and including the judges and the people that I have to deal with here.
We're in Texas.
Yeah, well, so are my kids right now, and they got kidnapped by a religious cult down there.
Let's talk about that.
I don't know if you guys want to mess with this. I'll be honest with you, I'll give you all the details, but these people have come for me, and they've come hard, and I fear reprisal and the whole thing, and I know you have a lot of, viewers and stuff. I've been watching you guys for years. I'm a strict atheist after my experience in this cult. I was an agnostic before that. I have a degree in history, and I have a minor in philosophy.
Hey.
So, I was an agnostic before I joined, but I had children with a woman who is involved in a group where the man claimed to be the prophet Elijah returned to earth, and they're not a very big group. Well, this man died. And from cancer, a horrible death, which he never informed his followers of, by the way. I knew it.
You'd think he would have seen that coming.
Oh, I saw it coming. Because I went to one of the meetings that my ex forced me to go to, and it was a long ways away from South Dakota. And I stood there and I watched him pour oil on the heads of 10 people and say, I've imparted the spirit of Elijah on these people. And I just looked at her and was like, well, this is some bullshit. If God exists, what's it his virtue to be able to put this on somebody else, Mm-hmm. And of course, I looked at it from the empirical, compiling knowledge side of it. And when I got to the end of it, one of the leaders here locally where I live looked at me and said, well, if I was going to marry my ex and the whole thing. We had 2 children at the time out of wedlock, which is the total irony of this situation because she was still in this group and I was too. And I went to this small what they referred to as a fellowship leader who ended up getting busted by the feds for defrauding the federal government, but that's a whole different story. And he looks at me and he says, here's what it is to be an Ephraim. And that's what I probably let the cat out the bag a little there. But he said, well, here's what it is to be an Ephraim man, is you need to put her in her place. And whatever it takes. No, I got up. I looked at this man, and his wife was sitting next to him. I was like, do you hit her? Because he said to smack her in the mouth. Anyway, it all fell apart. And the whole group came against me.
Lucas?
Yeah?
Do you have resources?
No, I don't. I'm going into court in a week and a half, and I'm going to fight for my kids. And I'm doing it myself. And I'm not a dumb man. I have friends who are, but I have no one. That's why I call you out of desperation. This idea between walking into a courtroom and saying, hey, this is a bad religion, and here's why.
Yeah.
I have no way of doing that because the judge says, whatever. He said, oh, well, Jesus Christ was a cult.
Gotcha.
Too, and all this stuff.
So here's where the Atheist Experience earns its fucking keep. There are resources, they exist, and you should be using them. So here they are. You ready? We're recording this. We're getting this out
because pen?
Well, this will be on the internet for Oh, wow.
Okay. All right. Well, if they kill me, I want you to remember that I made this phone call, because they've threatened me a lot, and they come after me real hard because I come after them real hard.
Let's start this tonight then. First, let's start with you having community. We do have a Discord where people can talk, but also we have knowledge of a peer support line. That peer support line is operated by the Recovering from Religion Foundation, and it is called the Hotline Project. I highly suggest you check out the Hotline Project. I don't have the phone number at hand, but hopefully I will soon.
recoveringfromreligion.org, and their phone number, I believe, is 184 I doubt it.
IDOUBTIT.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah, right? It is a peer support line, and you may think, okay, so what the hell is a peer support line going to help with? Before I got involved with this, with the ACA, I was one of those peers on the other line, and they really have an amazing network of resources. Definitely start there. Next, Freedom from Religion Foundation, FFRF, has a team of lawyers. Call them. I know that American Atheists also has several very, very good lawyers that one of whom was actually on my show, Talk Heathen. Awesome. Give them a call. We have these bigger organizations for a reason, because we need to be able to stand up and talk about it. Andrew Seidel actually was on the Atheist Experience very recently, and that would definitely be a person to reach out to. Don't do this alone.
I'm in it up to my eyeballs alone. I've been this way for years. I fight against it, and all I get is, well, religion has freedom and the whole thing. And she went into court, and no joke, I have a transcript for this, where she sat in front of a judge and said she's going to teach my children that I'm a murderer because I got them vaccinated, because I am complicit with the murder of 127 souls because I got them vaccinated. Yeah. And this judge up here said, oh yeah, that's totally reasonable. Yeah, it's her religious belief. And I mean, I'm imminent. I have 15 days, and I fought this so hard, man. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And with all of this, and we can throw out phone numbers and different resources for you, and that's very great. And I hope you'll take us up on it. But I also just want to encourage you to take care of yourself. You know, recovering from religion can be a component of that, but also just to recognize your humanity, your limitations, and to make sure you're doing what you can to care for yourself through this process, recognizing what is and isn't your fault, what is and isn't under your control, taking time for sleeping, eating, the basics, and hopefully getting some support.
Well,
check it out.
I'm raising 2 kids on my own from a previous marriage and stuff, so it's been
I hear that.
It's been horrible. So I had to back away because I couldn't fight anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
That's okay.
And I hope that recovering from religion can put you in touch with, things like a social worker, a therapist, or a support group, or other things that might be available in your area that could make this process, I don't want to say easy, but certainly a little bit easier or more manageable for you.
Where other groups like FFRF, American Atheists, and the Secular Coalition for America can help you when it comes to the legal front. Call them soon, okay?
Well, they're gonna kidnap my kids and go to the island of Middle Turks and Caicos, where they bought land. And everybody thinks I'm insane. Everybody thinks I'm crazy because when I talk about this stuff, everybody's like, oh, no way. No way. It's in their teachings. They are blatant about it. They talk about killing Americans. And I'm like, how is this right?
Yeah.
How is it? But I have to fight it on my own because I don't have any money. It's just how it works, man. In South Dakota, that's how it works.
Got it. Lucas, give them a call.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for taking my call, guys.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Take care of yourself.
I really do. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Take care, man. It exists. Cults exist. I've had a huge number of people in this building.
Absolutely.
You've met them.
Yeah, no question.
People have come out of cults. It's incredibly damaging. And if you're watching this and you think that you're the only person dealing with it, you're not alone. There are resources. We're happy to help share it.